So by now, I'm sure most people are aware of the fact that Donald Trump announced on Sunday that he is in fact putting a 100% tariff on all movies coming into the United States. And a lot of people are wondering, how? Right? I mean, obviously, that is the first logical question is, what? How do you even do that? But I'll get to that in just a moment. But first, for anybody who did not see what Donald Trump posted on Sunday, here it is. The movie industry in America is dying a very fast death. Other countries are offering all sorts of incentives to draw our filmmakers and studios away from the United States. Hollywood and many other areas within the USA are being devastated. This is a concerted effort by other nations and therefore a national security threat. It is, in addition to everything else, messaging and propaganda. Therefore, I am authorizing the Department of Commerce and the United States Trade Representative to immediately begin the process of instituting a 100% tariff on any and all movies coming into our country that are produced in foreign lands. We want movies made in America again. Now, here's the thing. You said any movie produced in a foreign country, right? Now, that actually leaves a lot of gray area because movies do have something called producers. And what the producers will do is they'll be in charge of casting, working with script, getting things situated and set up, kind of running the show behind the director. But that can actually take place in America, even if the film is completely shot overseas. So technically they would be produced here in America. So therefore they would not be subjected to your tariffs if you use the word produce, because again, when you're talking about movies or film and television, produce has a very different meaning than producing something physical, right? Not to mention the fact that a movie intrinsically has no value until it hits theaters, until it goes to the box office and makes money. At that point, the property does have value. So putting a tariff on it up front would essentially mean the price of whatever it shows up on. If it shows up on a hard drive, digitally, or if it even shows up on film, the tariff could technically only be put in place on the value of that device. So like $40, $50. That's actually a very small price to pay per movie, right? I mean, hey, okay, we're going to pay $50 to bring it back into the country physically. But even then, a lot of it's not even done that way. It's uploaded and then, the editors here will get their hands on it. So there's lots of different ways that movies are made and lots of different countries involved in the process of this. That, by the way, has been going on for years, even during Trump's first term. So you can't really put a tariff on a movie. That's not a thing. It's not like a car coming in and okay, this car is worth $10,000, so you got to pay, the tariffs on the $10,000. The movie could have no value. Maybe you put the value in how much the actors were paid for. I don't know. But then again, now you're taxing something that was actually money made by a different person. So the whole thing is just dumb right on its face because it's a thing you can't even do. But one thing that everybody that has talked about this so far has missed is the rationale. First and foremost, not a national security threat. I think everybody has mentioned that, obviously. The movies being made in a different country are not a threat to our national security. That's insane. That's a statement a crazy person makes. Number two. Other countries are offering incentives for people to do this. Okay, so maybe instead of tariffs, maybe we offer them incentives. There was actually a great episode in one of the earlier seasons of The Simpsons that did that. It's the one with the Radioactive Man movie. And then, of course, they took advantage of them and charged all kinds of taxes. But anyway, I'm not going to sit here and talk about The Simpsons. So there's things that Americans could do to make it more incentivizing for movies to be shot in their respective areas. But at the same time, even with that, there are still movies that do need to be shot on location because you cannot necessarily recreate those locations here in the United States. So it's not because the movie companies hate America. It's because, hey, we need this specific area for a scene or a period piece or whatever it is, and we just can't get that here at home. But again, folks have talked about that. The big thing, though, is the real reason. Why is he even doing this? Why is he punishing movie studios trying to film overseas and air the movie here in the United States? The answer is simple. Trump is mad at Hollywood. He's mad at Hollywood because Hollywood has rejected him. And I'm not just talking about the actors that get up on stage during the award shows and talk about how horrible Trump is. That's part of it. Don't get me wrong. That is absolutely part of what drives him crazy. But the bigger thing is that Hollywood rejected him. He did not get to become the famous movie star that he clearly always wanted to be. Oh, he did cameos here and there, and of course in Home Alone 2, that cameo that he forced himself into in order to even let them use the hotel that he owned at the time. He wanted to be in the movies. He wanted to be in the pictures. But it never worked out for him. The industry rejected him. That's why he's mad. He is mad at the celebrities for rejecting him. Oh, he's made it abundantly clear over the years that he's mad that he doesn't have, many A-list celebrities that have backed him. In fact, I don't really know that he has any A-list celebrities from Hollywood that are enthusiastically out there being Trumpers, and he's mad. So he is punishing them. That is what this is. It's not about national security. It's not about bringing production back here to the United States. This is Donald Trump's way to punish an industry that has rejected him one too many times. Did you know that you might be missing out on wonderful content from me? I mean, you're here already because clearly you like what you see. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video, share them with your friends and family, but also follow me across the rest of the social media world. And it's not that hard to do. Whether it's X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, on every one of those platforms, you can find me at the username @FarronBalanced. Simple enough, right? So get on it. And if you don't feel like going to each one of those outlets individually, lucky for you, we have links in the description of this video to take you right to my pages across all of social media. So don't miss a minute. And while you're at it, make sure you're also subscribed to the Ring of Fire YouTube channel, which I have been hosting for many, many years now. We've got more than 1 million subscribers over there, and there is fresh content over there every single day of the week. So again, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to this channel, and while you're at it, go subscribe to Ring of Fire at youtube.com/The Ring of Fire and @FarronBalanced across every social media platform that, of course, is not considered just a far-right hellscape. Well, maybe Twitter is, but that's a story for a different day.